All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Free American. I'm your host. I am Clay Douglas. I am the Free American. I did take an oath to defend the Constitution, and there was no expiration date on that. And I hope many of you have done the same thing here and are standing by me. Now, recently I started taking calls right at the beginning of the show just to get it out of the way, and that may have made a negative image on you folks that have just started listening to the show. Now, what you need to know is that when I started the Free American, the reason I started the Free American was because of I watched with all of you. I watched the government agency, the BATF, murder 17 little children and their families to save them from a accused pedophile, David Koresh, at a little church in Waco that had been there for 50 years. Actually, it wasn't in Waco. It was a little town called Elk, Texas, just outside of Waco. And this was in a little farming community, and David Koresh and the Branch Davidians were selling weapons, buying and trading and selling weapons at gun shows, and not doing a damn thing illegal. And there was a family operation, and there was no evidence of child abuse or pedophilia ever presented. And as I watched the flames engulf this church, not a compound, a home filled with children, families, I swore that I would never, and half the time I was sitting on my boat out in the middle of the Gulf Stream down off of Fort Lauderdale in Miami, cussing at the TV, and I told my wife at the time I would never sit back and watch something like that happen on television again without trying to do something about it. And what I did is start this radio show, the Free American Magazine, and I encouraged everyone to start the militias around the country. And I was attacked by groups of Jews, organized groups of Jews, like the Anti-Defamation League and the Southern Poverty Law Center, who used me as the bad guy, the scapegoat. Be afraid, be very, very afraid. Clay Douglas is starting the militias to raise money to promote their agenda, which is to get your guns and to try to get me killed by a cop. They succeeded in getting me listed in not only in their brochures. One was armed and dangerous. I called them up in New York and told them, you got something, you assholes finally got something right. I am armed, and if you go after my children, my town, my state, my country, I'm definitely dangerous. And let's say I was listed in False Patriots when I was working with a presidential candidate by the name of Charles Collins. and you may never have heard of Charles Collins, because every time he got up to speak at the Republican caucuses, and every cameraman on stage, ABC, NBC, CBS, every cameraman on the filming stages turned their cameras off, took a smoke break. And so you probably never heard of Charles Collins, because his platform was to copy Kennedy's Executive Order 11110 and print United States notes, not Federal Reserve notes, put the Federal Reserve out of business. And he was trying to inform you in the Republican Party that the Federal Reserve is a con game. They want to loan you money, and you pay and charge you interest on every dollar in your pocket. I wouldn't stand for it. Charles wouldn't stand for it. And so he didn't win because you didn't hear about him. Now, what's happening with these trolls is they don't want you to know this information. They don't want you to know that this Federal Reserve is the materialization of created by Babylonian money magic, and it's a con game. We shouldn't have a national debt, and that the so-called Jews that Jesus warned you about, that the reason they killed him was because he ran the money changers out of the temple. They don't want you to know that. And so they want to interrupt the show. Now, people have told me, well, Clay, why don't you just not take calls? Because there might be some of you out there that want to encourage me and thank me for what I'm doing here, what I did with the Free American, because almost 25 years ago, I did help start the militias. I encouraged the militias. When they put me down for it, I simply said, what part of the Second Amendment don't you understand? They don't want you to know about that either. They don't want you to. I posted the protocols of the Elders of Zion on my website. So they tried to tell you I was racist, that I was anti-Semitic. That's all bullshit. And now the ADL put me out, armed and dangerous. False patriots from the Southern Poverty Law, guide to right-wing extremists by the FBI, all of the information they got from the ADL and Southern Poverty Law. And fortunately, I was living in New Mexico at the time, and Governor Gary Johnson, when I called him, said, don't worry about it, Clay. I pulled that brochure from every police station in New Mexico. Now I'm in Texas, and I'm doing this radio show still. And so these trolls are coming in here and coming on here and trying to disrupt this show. They want to tell you how tall they are, how long their dick is, and trying to make you believe somehow I'm one of them. I'm some kind of homosexual. I'm this or I'm that, and they want to try to interrupt the show. People have told me, well, Clay, why don't you just screen their calls? Because I'm the only one doing this show, and it takes as much time to screen their calls and find out who they are as it does to bring them on and let them talk and let you hear what a deceitful, what a bunch of liars and lunatics and evil people they are. So I bring them right up to the show, right up front. I ask them 2 questions. What's your name? Where are you? And what do you want? 3 questions, sorry. And I let you hear what they're trying to do. then I will hang up on them and get on with the show. So I bring them up here for your perusal to see what evil, ignorant people they really are. And it's all a group of organized Jews that try to do this, or they hire people, pay people to come on to the show, or they use people like Howard Stern, and they put me on they have their people call in, they call me the angry something or other, and they use me to try to promote their shows. His show, Howard Stern, is up on worldwide radio. They even got him up on YouTube, and they've tried to do that to me 2 or 3 times when I put it on the Free American Expo in Atlanta. They had Ali G come on as a Bruno to do an interview with me as some flaming fag. I told him the interview's over, jumped off of the stage, and he hightailed it out of the room that I had rented, ran like a scalded dog, and I walked over to his cameraman and casually took the film out of his hands and ran him out of the expo building too. And then my phone started ringing, and there was the lawyers wanting to get the tape back. I told him, you can try to sue me, you assholes. Try it. I gave him the film back. I think I gave it back to him for a couple of $1,000. Told him, don't be, you want to do an interview with me? Don't be so fucking fag. Now, let's see, and so they've really tried to use the homosexual issue here, since they declared my birthday month of June, the LGBT month. That was Obama, our homosexual president with the transvestite wife, Michael. They don't want you to know that either, so they got to try to shut me up. Well, good luck, you ignorant son of a bitches. It just ain't going to happen. They ain't going to be shut up. And you can try to do this. Yeah. Somebody here has managed to lock up my computer here for a minute or two. But really want you to know they're trying to do this. 872 area code you're on with the Free American with Clay Douglas. Who are you? Where are you? 872.
Hey, Clay, this is Victor. I'm calling from Chicago.
Hello, Victor. What's on your mind? Why are you calling into my show?
Well, I heard...
That's freeamerican.com you're calling into.
I heard your introduction at the beginning of the show. I didn't know that you had a connection to the David Koresh story. It, really brings a whole other level of insight into your story and why you do the things you do. And, coming up on the July 4th holiday, and I just want to thank you for being a true patriot and standing up for the Constitution, standing up for true American values. I know you get a lot of flack from people, but, you keep going and you keep persisting, and, you're what the Constitution's all about, Clay. Thanks a lot for doing what you do.
Well, thank you, sir. It's I do what I do because of the families that were murdered by our government in Waco, and I do what I do for the people out there, the people that live in this country. I try to educate you. I try to give you some insight. And I don't do it for fear mongering. Natural disasters happen like Yellowstone. What do you do about that? Do you think FEMA's going to help you? I've seen FEMA. I filmed the first Homeland Security meeting where Colonel John Brinkerhoff was telling you what FEMA was going to do. FEMA's preparations are to round you up, take your guns. They don't tell you how to prepare for it. I'm telling you how to prepare for it, how to store food, grow food, how to protect yourself, your neighbors by working together.
And thank God for people like you, Clay. I just wanted to say that I'm 6'1". I've got green eyes.
Hey, don't do it! Don't do it! You don't blow it! Don't you pull
Brown
that
hair.
shit on me. Goodbye. Thank you for your call. As soon as you start telling me how tall you are, how much you weigh, or how long your dick is, you'll hang up on you and I'll never take your fucking calls again. Do you understand that? 323. Do you understand that? 323. I don't care how tall you are, how long your dick is, or how close your ass is to the ground. Do you understand that? 323?
I do.
Okay.
Hello, Clay.
Now, what's your name and where are you?
Grip Nation from Los Angeles.
Well, okay.
Joel.
I've seen you here on my chat room. I appreciate you listening, Grip. Thanks.
Yeah, really quick. I have a few questions about Donald Trump, if that's okay. Hello?
What about Donald?
Okay, so once again, I've never really voted, but one of the reasons why I didn't vote for anybody in this past election was because I was reviewing some videos of Trump dating back to 2004. When he was given an interview, they said, "What is your political preference?" He says, "I consider myself Democrat because the country tends to run better off with the Democratic in office." And then I believe he wrote a business book, and he said that this country's failing because they're lacking running on democratic values. And then in 2007, when Hillary was running against Barack Obama, he was a big Hillary supporter. He says that he would be a good negotiator with foreign countries, which contradicts now. And then like a year or two before election of this current election, he says, they asked him, if you were to run for president, what political party would be your preference? He goes, I don't know. I would probably run Republican because that's my higher chance of winning. And then during the Republican debates, he refused to take a pledge for the Republican Party to not run independent until he was sure that he was going to win. So what's your take on that? Do you think he's a real Republican, or do you think I feel like he's more of an independent, or I feel like he just wanted to be president?
I think he's more of an independent. I think he says all of the right things, but I think he is being controlled. I think he has a Jewish handler that would be his son-in-law, who lives at 666 Fifth Avenue.
Oh, God.
And, whether he's going to do the right thing or whether he's going to bend over for Netanyahu, I don't know. We're just going to kind of have to wait and see. I think the important thing is, would you rather have him in as your president or Hillary? I know what Hillary is. Oh, yeah. That's it. So we got the lesser of two evils, but it still could be evil.
Right.
But
well, thanks, Clay. I appreciate it. Oh, and happy late birthday, by the way. I try to call in that day, and there was, I guess, no more calls being answered. So
now, what was your name
I mean,
again?
even though I don't listen all the time, Joel.
Joel. Okay, Joel. Well, I like seeing you
I
in
try
the
to call
chat room,
sometimes,
man.
even if I don't listen to the show, like in the morning, I catch up on the show later. You know, I'll go online and I'll go into your website and hear the show later on. So, like right now, I'm about to start work.
I craft my show so that my brothers on two wheels can just call in and put those headphones on and listen while they're riding, you know?
Right.
Thanks again,
Clay,
Joel.
for taking my call, and keep up the good work, and big fuck you to those trolls, and you just keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks for your support. I really appreciate it. Nice to get a real person on here, on this chat room. Thank you.
Thanks, Clay. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye. And my little, taking the call now from my little troll pool down there in the 310 troll pool in L.A.
Hi, Clay. Clay,
hello,
how are you?
who have I got
Devon.
here?
It's Devon. How are you doing?
Who?
That caller was very, it's Devon. That caller sounded very genuine. He brought up a bunch of good points about Trump.
He's Grip Nation in the chat room. He's a real person.
Yeah, he
How about
sounded cute,
you?
and he had some good points about Donald Trump. I mean, maybe he was just allowing his decision to be based too much on the media's say about Donald Trump, which a lot of people are doing. I don't agree with that. I'm also a supporter of Donald Trump. Now, Clay, yesterday you had a lot of callers calling in. There was this one guy named Cyrus from Connecticut who was 6'4" with red hair and green eyes. He said he had a big bulbous package and a huge penis. I wonder if you can give me his number.
No. And I don't appreciate anybody giving their description out on my Rock Radio show. I don't sell shoes. I don't sell penis pumps. I don't do anything like that. And I don't share numbers. I don't give out anybody's numbers. And you've just proven yourself to be a waste of my time. Goodbye. 812. Who the fuck are you? Where the fuck are you? And what's on your fucking mind?
Hey, Clay. Evan from Indiana here.
What's your first name? Okay, Evan. What's up? What's on your mind?
I wanted to talk about super.
What?
I wanted to talk about the super volcano.
Okay.
You know,
that's
it's
something
insane.
that should be on all of our minds.
I mean, it should. I heard your clip, and I started doing Google searches, and you know, it's true that there have been I think people should do it for themselves. There's been 800 earthquakes in the past 2 weeks, I think, and the mainstream media isn't even covering this. You know, what happens if that thing explodes? We're all gonna be gone.
Well, we won't all be gone unless you're in about a 500-mile radius, but it will affect our weather, our food, and everything probably for the next decade.
Well, they say that the ash will cover, the sun, and that'll affect crops and the weather, and basically throw us into a dark age.
It certainly could.
I wonder why the media isn't covering this. It's the biggest story. Instead, they're talking about Trump and this fake Russia thing.
Yeah, the whole thing with Russia, the whole Cold War was a scam. The Russians weren't our enemy. Only after they killed only after they murdered the Tsar and the Jews took over, the Bolsheviks took over, staffed the Politburo with the Jews. Then it was, the Russians are coming, the Russians are coming. They created a credible enemy. The mainstream news created our enemy and armed them. They built all of these uranium-based nuclear power plants so they could build enough atomic weapons to blow up the world. That was your Jews at work. That was the Bolsheviks at work. That was your Jacob
Fucking
Schiffs
Jews.
at work. They did it. And, you know, we could have, I like to point this out, we could have safe nuclear power with, I think it's tritium or something like that. That's not the exact word. We could have safe nuclear power, but you can't make atomic bombs with it. So the whole nuclear power plant is a way our enemies took over, and maybe we're going back. We got to go back 10,000 years to find the enemies that had the First World War. The same enemies that blew up planets, the ones that created the nuclear waste here on this planet, still can detect the radiation over there in India.
Absolutely,
and they tell
sir.
us about it.
So since it seems like we don't have a lot of time in this world, I just wanted to say that I'm 5'10". I've got brown hair and brown eyes. I've got a strong jawline.
Don't do it, you ignorant. Hey, how come you got to be an ignorant motherfucker right up until the end? How come? Why?
I work out every day.
Fuck you.
So
go to hell. 915. Who are you? How fucking tall are you? How long's your dick? Go ahead. 915. Speak up.
Hey, Clay, how are you? This is Anthony. I'm calling from El Paso.
Okay, Anthony. Be careful what you say, what you do. You're close enough I can ride over there and kick your ass. Go ahead. What's on your mind, Anthony?
I'd love a visit from you, Clay. I'd love a visit from you.
You wouldn't like it if I showed up. If you start this bullshit with how tall you are and all that shit, I don't want to hear that shit anymore. That's programmed. That shows as soon as they start out with that, that means they're in with this cartel, ignorant fucking Jewish control freaks. So don't do it.
Well, Clay, if you need to find me,
no, I can already hear your handler. I can already hear your handler in the background snickering.
Blue eyes,
so
brown
tell him
hair.
stick it up your ass and what? Goodbye. 804.
Hey Clay, how you doing? This is Gunner. I'm calling from Alabama.
Okay. What's on your mind?
My question is about the super volcano. How high up is this explosion going to be? I mean, is everyone going to be screwed within the surrounding states or what?
Well, since it's been about 400,000 years or so since we've had a super volcano, I don't know. I don't think anybody else does either. But the ash cloud could go up. You wouldn't have any more airplanes flying around anywhere, and it'll affect probably a 500 square mile area, in a circle anyway, around it. So, and when I get through getting rid of all these trolls, we'll go back and listen to a little bit more of it.
Would the explosion be bigger than your cum?
Goodbye, ignorant.
I'm 6'5".
Ignorant motherfucker. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. And one more. Fuck you for you blocking your goddamn phone. Don't do it anymore. I'm just going to, you know what I'm going to do this time? After I kick you this time when you come back, I'm just going to let you sit there and listen to the goddamn show, and I'm never going to pick up your call and never going to talk to you again. You know, you don't understand that, motherfucker?
Hey, Doug. Hey, Doug, am I on?
What?
Is this Doug?
This is Clay Douglas, you dumb motherfucker. I don't take block calls. Goodbye.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, hold on. You still there? I got a question for you.
No, you didn't ask the question. Fuck you. $418, what do you want?
Hello, Clay. This is
418,
Francois.
what do you want?
From Quebec. This is
What?
Francois. I'm calling from Quebec. My name is Francois. I'm calling from Quebec.
I'm sorry. Francois, what do you want?
I just wanted to talk about this super volcano.
Yeah.
You're the only person talking about it. And I think it's very important. Nobody in the Canadian media, nobody in the American media, Europe seems to be discussing this, and this is something that will have a worldwide effects on everybody in the planet. And
It will.
it's unfortunate that the only person that seems to be talking about it is a blog host. Everybody else is just putting their head in the sand. I think it's very important what you're doing, Clay.
Thank you very much. Why don't you write a letter to the Queen?
Brown hairs. I'm 6'2".
And you're not from Quebec either. Let's see, we still got the 111. Fuck you, 1111. Fuck you, your block calls. And fuck all you other people that want to tell me how tall you are. Go to hell. I'm not talking to anybody else. First of all, that ain't Marco. That's the troll. And let's see who else we got on here. Marlov, Shavaro, Suncoast Ricky. Oh, hello, Ricky. Hello, you ignorant son of a bitch. What are you doing in my chat room? Go to hell, Ricky. Get out of my chat room. You don't know how to dial a phone, you ignorant son of a bitch. Like all these trolls can do it, but you can't. You can't get it on the fucking phone. You can't dial in, you dumb son of a bitch. Why would I let you on and you can't dial a goddamn telephone? Dial in like everybody else. Do you think you're special, you ignorant cocksucker? Why would I do that? Hey, let me out, let me out. Learn to dial the goddamn phone, you dumb son of a bitch. Well, since the callers are doing so well today, I've got a lot of ignorant motherfuckers on here. Here's one from the 346. What do you want? Who are you? Where are you? And what do you want? Don't give a fuck how long your dick is, how close your ass is to the ground. And you start down that way, I'll just hang up on your dumb motherfucker, and I'll never let you goddamn come back on again. Who are you? First of all, that ought to be a fucking simple question. Even a feeble fucking Jew can follow that. Who are you?
Hey,
346.
Hey, Clay, this is Paul. I'm calling from Houston.
Where?
This is Paul. I'm calling from Houston.
Houston, okay. That's encouraging. Texans at least got a little bit of common sense. What's on your mind, Paul?
We definitely do. Don't mess with Texas. Clay,
so what's on your mind? Goodbye.
Got Auburn here.
Ignorant motherfucker! Fuck you, ignorant motherfucker! Go to hell.
My eyes are hazel.
You're a dumb motherfucker. One of those another fucking Jew. What's your name?
Hey, what's going on, brother? This is Clegg. Just on the road, giving you a call in, checking up with the show.
Yeah, who are you?
Yeah. Just out here for a ride, Clay. Got you on the headset. Sorry if it's a little noisy. I don't know if you're familiar with the Gypsy Jokers. My name's Clay. They call me Spider.
Okay, Spider. I know the Gypsy Jokers. Met a few throughout the years.
Yeah. Sorry if it's a little loud. I'm on the bike here, Clay. But listen, I'm wondering what kind of piece you riding there. You got a Harley?
99 Road King.
You ride it every day or what? Us Gypsy Jokers are heading down to 69 later on this week if you want to join in.
No thanks. What else on your mind?
Why not, Clay? You can't ride with us crazy bikers?
I ride with a lot of crazy bikers, but I probably won't ride with you.
Oh, yeah, I got some fucking Chinese guy ahead of me right here. I got to slow down. All right, Clay, so how's your day going there, bud? How's your day going, bud?
It's going fine. Why did you call?
I'm just calling in to, give you some support from those two-wheeled brothers.
Okay, well, thanks for your call. Goodbye.
Us Gypsy Jokers are rooting for you, Clay.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks for your call.
All right, brother.
Ride 872. You're on with Clay Douglas, the Free American. Who are you?
Hey,
Where
Clay,
are you?
it's an honor to speak to you. This is Keith from Chicago.
Okay, I'll try not to hold that against you. You might if you run across your mayor there, tell him I said to kiss my ass.
Oh man, I tell him that all the time. He's a piece of shit.
What's your name?
This is Keith.
Again? Okay.
Keith?
Okay,
Clay,
what's on your mind? Why did you call me?
Normally don't have the opportunity to listen to your show live, but I did today, and I just wanted to call in and give you my support. All these damn trolls trying to bring you down, and, do good service, so. Just wanted to let you know that there's legitimate people out there who enjoy your show and enjoy what you got to say, and, we got your back.
I appreciate that, man. Thanks.
And if you're ever in Chi-Town, I'm 5'10", got blonde hair.
Don't blow it, bud. Don't blow it. You almost had it going there for a second. 732. Who are you?
Hey, Clay. My name is Ernest Pernsley. I'm from Texas. I'm a Purple Heart winner, U.S. Army 7 Corps, 1970. I've listened to your show for going on 3-4 months now. I'm here with my great uncle, and he's actually a bigger fan of yours than I am, Clay. He's also a veteran of World War II.
All right.
Are you familiar with the Navy, Clay, and particular in the Japanese war there with the Japs, Eastern? Are you familiar with this?
I'm familiar with the history of World War II.
Okay, well, my great uncle here, he was on a ship on a secret mission in the Indianapolis. I don't know if you're familiar with this ship.
No? Tell me about it.
Okay, hold on. Well, I'll give you over. If you don't mind, he's got a story he wants to share with you. Hold on.
All right.
Tell him.
Japanese submarine slammed 2 torpedoes into our side, Chief. It was coming back from the island of Tinian to Lady, just delivered the bomb, the Hiroshima bomb. 1,100 men went into the water. Vessel went down in 12 minutes. Didn't see the first shark for about half an hour. Tiger, 13-footer. You know that when you're in the water, Chief? You tell by looking from the dorsal to the tail. What we didn't know was our bomb mission had been so secret. No distress signal had been sent. They didn't even list us overdue for a week. Very first light, Chief. Sharks come cruising. So we formed ourselves into tight groups. It's kind of like old squares in a battle, like you see on a calendar, like the Battle of Waterloo. And the idea was, shark comes to the nearest man, that man he starts pounding and hollering and screaming. Sometimes the shark would go away. Sometimes he wouldn't go away. Sometimes that shark, he looks right into you, right into your eyes. You know the thing about a shark, he's got lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes. When he comes at you, he doesn't seem to be living until he bites you. And those black eyes roll over white, and then you hear that terrible high-pitched screaming. The ocean turns red. It's like all the pounding and the hollering, they all come in, they rip you to pieces.
Well, Clay, did you get that?
Yes, sir. Glad he made it.
Man, Clay.
Glad he made it out.
He's a real man. All right, well, we're going to let you go. We're going to keep on listening.
All right. Thanks for your call, man.
All right.
I'll let you keep listening on here. Thank you. Bye-bye now. Okay, and you dumb motherfucker with the blocked calls, goodbye. I'm not going to let you listen either. All right, let's see what we got in the chat room. You know, Ted, I'm really tired of your bullshit. I either want your phone number right now to be able to call you, talk to you right here on the air, or I'm kicking you off and banning you from this show forever. I'm tired of your Jewish bullshit and all of your Jewish friends' bullshit. I'm tired of you. I'm sick of you. And when I kick you this time, I won't ever let you back. There's no fucking Rabbi Carl here. I hope you understand that I fucking mean it. I'm tired of your shit. I kicked Jerry out of here. I won't let him come back. And you guessed 340 in the chat room. You better come in here and tell me who the fuck you are, or I'm kicking your ass out right now. Come in here in the chat room. I know you can chat. You're not a guest. You made up that goddamn number. If you were a guest, you'd be guest 4034. So you better tell me who you are right now, or I'm kicking your ass out too. Meanwhile, 346. You got a couple of minutes here. Actually, you got a few seconds here. You've been on hold for a few minutes here. What do you want? Who are you?
6'2", blonde hair. 6'2", blonde hair,
Fuck
blue
you.
eyes.
417. Who are you? What do you want?
Brown hair, brown eyes.
Fuck you.
5'10".
Fuck you, ignorant motherfucker. 310. You got a one chance, very quick.
Yes, Clay. Hello, my name is Jeff. I'm calling. I've got to say I'm getting real sick of these trolls. My brother and I have been listening to today's show, and we're just disgusted with these motherfuckers.
In fact, I think my brother has a way he could probably help you out with those.
How's
Hold on a
that?
second. He's got an idea. Hold on.
You all know me. Know how I earn a living. I'll catch this bird for you, but it ain't going to be easy. Bad fish. I'd like going down the pond chasing bluegills or tommycocks.
All right.
This shark.
You've blown it. You're not. I can't hear you. You've blown it too. Goddamn you. Goodbye.
Down you go. We got to do it quick.
Nope. You've lost it. Time's up. Thanks for listening. See you tomorrow.